Hey everyone, and welcome to the weekly forum recap. This week covering the week of November 10th to the 16th, and we have a couple of announcements and a handful of discussions to go through. So I'm going to try to make this quick, and also huge thanks to Ashton, who has been helping me put all of this together. So let's get started with our first announcement. This post announces two candidates, Damon Law and ZeroX Boca J, who are seeking election to the DAI Foundation Board in accordance with the Foundation's commitment to include members appointed by MakerDAO. And links to their official statements for both candidates can be found in the post, so check it out. And next up, this document posted by the Grove Core Unit is an initial proposal for review regarding adding Genosys GNO token as a collateral type, and a scope of vault parameters have been agreed upon, which is detailed in the post. Accordance with the agreement, Genosys must remain an active MCD vault user, maintain no less than 75% of Genosys DAI stablecoin borrowing activities with highly liquid assets, and utilize the GNO A depth ceiling as soon as possible. And that's it for announcements. Let's move on to our discussions. Starting off with the latest post from Rune, which outlines some pre-game phase endgame plan milestones that we hope to see in 2023, next year. And he addresses building blocks that need to be in place in order to launch the on-chain components of MetaDAOs, and the list of pre-game products are seen on the screen right now. We also need a minimum viable product of MetaDAO front ends, which will require these following features. And also some initiatives need to be moved beyond the pregame phase, such as setting in place the MetaDAO cluster journey from cluster announcements to normal operations, as well as an endgame constitution and scope frameworks. So I know that was a handful, but yeah, just check out the post if you're interested to learn more about it. And next up, we have by the risk core unit adjusting dust parameters. So with Ethereum gas prices dropping really significantly, as we all know, unfortunately, this post from the risk core unit makes a case for lowering the minimum permitted debt for vaults, and this could enable more accessibility and increase user acquisition. Any potential losses from bad debt are likely to be offset by user acquisition gains, as evidenced by Compound and Aave, neither of which have a minimum dust limit. And the proposed changes come in two options. Option 1 includes a broad reduction of dust limits across vault types, and option 2 includes a more limited dust reductions targeting large cap vaults with the highest potential utility for small users while limiting the risk of liquidation losses. And next up, a nice popular one. Discussion about the DAI savings rate. So this post by the MOMC points out that yield spreads between DeFi and TradeFi are growing, and that this trend is unlikely to improve anytime soon. And so they made this post which explores increasing the DSR to distribute some of the extra revenue that Maker is likely to see in the future, and to distribute it to existing DAI holders who are currently not earning any yield. Increasing the DSR would significantly boost yields in protocol like Aave and Compound, which have integrated with the DSR, incentivizing USDC suppliers to migrate instead to DAI. And if this happens successfully, we can expect an accompanying increase in net protocol income. Next one. Pretty quick, New Silver is requesting a series of changes to its real-world asset vault agreement with MakerDAO. Check out the post for some more detail. And for our final discussion, we have recognized delegate Code Knight, who points out the importance of having a defined way of calculating the specific value of the surplus buffer in light of MIP 84, which activates POVE he states that such calculations will be critical when it comes to working with bonds. And also in the comments, Tario stepped in to inform us that Data Insight's core unit is already working on a model to accurately reflect actual revenues, including real-world assets. So if you're interested on some more in this conversation, check out the post. And I believe that's all for the forum recap. I kind of covered actually everything that's been on the post, but something that hasn't been covered here in the video is the initiatives and the help wanted. So if you're interested, check out the forum at a glance post for initiatives and help wanted, and also this will be up on our YouTube channel. Thank you.